Good evening, students. Today is Wednesday, July 16th, 2020. Tonight, we are going to practice the words that we used in the story about how to lift correctly. We practice those words and use them in sentences. And we will also be doing some S consonant blends. We'll practice spa, sla, sma, and sta, the consonant blends that start with ST. And we will end with a practice story with short letter sounds. So let's go ahead and get started on our lesson for tonight. Here we go. English lesson for July 15th, 2020. Level 2 class. That's you. So tonight we will practice using the calendar, review words from Monday's story. The story's name was Lifting at Work. We'll review the words. Review the words. We will read, write, and spell words with SP, ST, SL, and SM consonant blends. We've talked about those tonight. And we will read a story with short I words. And I will end with showing you our Moby Max lessons. I've added some new Moby Max lessons for you to practice consonant blends like these, SP, ST, SL, SM. We'll practice those. Okay, what we do in English class. What we do in English class, we listen, we speak, we read, we write, we spell, and we practice Moby Max. Listen, speak, read, write, and spell. Those are the things we do. Here's our calendar, and we know today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. Tomorrow is Thursday, July 16th, 2020. Yesterday was Tuesday, July 14th, 2020. We know this word is abbreviation. How do we write the abbreviation for today's date? So how do we write the abbreviation for July 15th? Is that the correct way to write the abbreviation? Yes. 7, because July is the 7th month, 15, 20. Good job. All right, let's review the words from Monday. We already used these in sentences in class, but let's review them anyway. Lift, heavy, different, same, back, knees, complain, wear, and bend. And your assignment for this week is to use each one of those words. And there are 9 words in a sentence. So you can mix the words up, but I'd like you to use each of the words in at least one sentence. And I'd like you to write the sentences, take a picture of the sentences, and send them to me so I can look at them. Remember, when you write your sentences, You start with a capital and you end with a period. So if I'm going to use the word knees, I bend with my knees. I start the sentence with a capital letter and I end with a period. Capital letter, end with period. Good. Okay. Let's look at the story that we read tonight, the new story. Stan's spaghetti sauce. Stan's spaghetti sauce. This is Stan. He's cooking spaghetti. Here's a pot that the spaghetti is in, and here's the saucepan that he's making the sauce in. Stan's spaghetti sauce. And we're using these blends, the S blends, SL, SLA, SM, SMA, SP, SPA, and ST, STA. Okay. Stan's spaghetti sauce. On Thursday, Stan cooks spaghetti for dinner. He makes sauce in a pot. He stirs the sauce. The sauce smells good. The spaghetti steams. Stan puts the top on the pot. Then he takes a nap. So he's cooking spaghetti sauce. SL blends slap, sleep, slope. SM blends smell, smog, smoke. SP blends spaghetti, spell, spill. ST blends steam, stick, stove. And remember, we went through the Spanish words for spaghetti, sauce, stir, cooks, stove, steam, stick, smoke, and smell. We already practiced making some words tonight in class, so we're going to go ahead and finish reading the story on our practice video. Words to know: off, sauce, stir, Thursday, today, and turns. We'll finish reading the story. Stan sleeps. The sauce spills over the pot. It sticks to the stove. Then it starts to smoke. Soon, Stan smells the smoke. Stan gets up and turns off the stove. He slaps at the smoke. He cleans up the spill. Stan is not happy. Will he not have spaghetti today? Oops. He will not have spaghetti today. Poor Stan. Okay, so pick a better title. What is a good title for this story? Up in Smoke or Spaghetti for Dinner? Well, I like Up in Smoke. I think that is a good title for the story. Why does Stan smell smoke? The spaghetti is in the pot or the spaghetti sauce spills on the stove? Which one? The spaghetti is in the pot, spaghetti sauce spills on the stove. That's right, B. Why does Stan smell smoke? Because spaghetti sauce spills on the stove. What do you think that Stan learned from this mess? What do you think Stan learned from this mess? A, not to sleep when he cooks. A, not to sleep when he cooks, or B, not to clean house when he cooks. Which one? I think he learned A. also not to sleep when he cooks. And remember, we answered the who, what, when, where, how questions already tonight. So we're going to move on and use these words in a sentence. I'll do one, and then you're going to just read the ones that you already wrote tonight. He smells steam and sauce. That's my sentence. You all wrote sentences already for me on this. Okay. Review of the short letter I sound. When the letter I is short, it makes the I sound. When short letter I, when the I is short, it makes the I sound, like the word I, city, I, big, I, visits. So we read this story tonight. Fran visits the big city. Kitty King lives in a big city. Her sister Fran lives in a little city. Fran is visiting Kitty in the big city. Fran and Kitty go to shops. They look at things in the shops. Fran looks at things in the streets. She looks at the big buildings. Fran and Kitty go to York Street. They go to a big building on York Street. They go to little shops in this big building. They look at things in the shops. Fran and Kitty go to River Street. They go to a big building on River Street. They look at pictures in this building. Fran and Kitty go to the river. They look at the river. It is windy at the river. Fran says, "This is a pretty city. It has big buildings. It has a pretty river and has pretty things in the shops." So good review of that story. What is the story about? What is the story about? Yes, it is about Kitty and her sister Fran in the city. It is about Fran visiting Kitty in the big city. They are sisters. That is what the story is about, the visit. Fran visits the big city. It's about the visit. Where do they go? Where do they go? That's right. They go to shops. They go to York Street. They go to River Street. And they go to the river. So you're right, they went to more than one place when Fran was visiting her sister, Kitty. What? Where? Next question is who? Who is the story about? Who is the story about? That's right, the story is about Kitty and Fran. It is about two sisters. It is about two sisters. Okay, good job on reading tonight. Don't forget to do your homework, and don't forget to do your Moby Max assignments if you get a chance. I hope you do, because when you do Moby Max, it helps you listen, it helps you speak, it helps you read, and it helps you write. Oh, and also to spell. It helps you spell, especially when you practice the lessons that I have assigned. So I hope you get a chance to do that. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday next week. Okay, bye-bye.